Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Test number 9. Question number 1. A mid-size manufacturing firm works with a large retailer as its primary customer. The retailer is a dominant firm in the chain. The manufacturer has several sources of supply for each of its key materials and is trying to align its supply chain strategy with the retailer's corporate strategy. Which of the following must be the primary consideration when the manufacturer is setting corporate strategy? Okay, many people believe that manufacturer is the channel master in a supply chain network of supplier, manufacturer, distributor, retailer, or a customer. But in most of the cases, yes, manufacturer is the channel master, but it is not necessary. Sometimes retailer is the channel master too, or distributor is the channel master too. Now, who is a channel master? A channel master is an entity within a supply chain that has compelling control over the sales of a product. As you all know, that the ultimate goal of the business is to ensure that your products are selling. Therefore, channel master is the one who is driving the sale. For example, Walmart. Many companies rely upon Walmart for their major sales since Walmart has a strong name and strong customer base. If you will read the question again carefully, you will realize that question is stating that the retailer is a dominant firm, which means that retailer is a channel master in this particular supply chain network. And therefore, organization should align its strategy with the retailer's corporate strategy. Same is mentioned in the second part of the question too. Now let's evaluate all the options. Option A says setting the firm's own strategic objectives to leverage a more profitable margin from their customers. Well, every firm tries to do this, but there are limitations and there are other players in a supply chain network too. Secondly, it doesn't talk about aligning organization's strategy with the retailer's corporate strategy as mentioned in the question. So this is not the correct answer. Let's see what we have in option B. Option B says aligning sales promotions and other strategic marketing activities. Again, this option doesn't talk about aligning organization's strategy with the retailer's corporate strategy as mentioned in the question. Therefore, this is not the right answer too. Option C. Aligning with the retailer's corporate strategy to holistically maintain a profitable relationship. Yes, this is absolutely correct. As I told you in the beginning that your whole business depends upon the channel master. Since channel master is the one who is bringing in the sales, therefore, this particular question, your company's corporate strategy should be the same as retailer's corporate strategy. There are many Walmart vendors who not only maintain their products inventory at Walmart, but they are also responsible for the promotions and setting up the product on the aisle. Sometimes vendors representative is also there at Walmart or in different departmental stores to provide support to the customer. So all this arrangement is because manufacturer's corporate strategy is in alignment with the Walmart's corporate strategy. So this is the correct answer. But let's just have a look at option D as well. Option D says alignment with the strategic objectives of their suppliers to generate long-term stability of supply. If you will read the question carefully, you will realize that question is saying itself that the manufacturer has several sources of supply for each of its key material, which means that there are ample suppliers of raw materials, and therefore manufacturer should not worry about his relationship with the supplier. So this is not the right answer too. Option C is the correct answer for this question. Question 2. An organization has outdated equipment for a core competency and it has cash flow issues delaying updates to the equipment. What action might free up some cash to help them make these investments right away? Option A, keep costs low and lower prices to increase sales. Option B says research new technologies to develop a solution in-house. Option C says outsource the activity to a supplier with the new equipment. Option D says outsource a non-core competency activity where the vendor will incur capital expense. Let's evaluate option A. Keep costs low and lower prices to increase sales. Every organization strives to keep the cost low. But what if lowering the price might not increase the sales? What if you are an ice cream manufacturer and lowering the cost in winters will not have any impact on sales? Therefore, this is not the right choice. Option B, research new technologies to develop a solution in-house. Well, you cannot develop a solution in-house. Question clearly states that your equipment is outdated. Therefore, even if you research new technologies, you cannot start manufacturing your own equipment. You have to focus on your own competency. Therefore, this is not the right choice too. Let's see what we have in option C. Outsource the activity to a supplier with the new equipment. How can a supplier start manufacturing your product? He is supplying raw material to you and he is not aware of your recipe or your ingredients. So this is not the right choice too. Option D, outsource a non-core competency activity where the vendor will incur capital expense. Yes, this is the right choice. When you will outsource non-core competency activities to a third party, then you will not have to invest the capital in that particular activity. And in this way, you will have some cash available to invest in the new equipment. Consider an example of any FMCG product. You manufacture the product, pack it and distribute it as well. However, in order to free up some cash, you decided to outsource packaging and distribution functions to a third party on a credit basis. I hope you all know that vendors work on 30, 60 or 90 days credit basis. Secondly, when you are producing the packaging material yourself, you had to invest in raw material to produce the packaging material. Whereas now your third party vendor will invest his cash to produce the packaging material. To produce the packaging material. This will give you a window to free up some cash and invest in a new machinery. Perhaps, therefore, this is the correct answer. Question 3. An organization buys in response to an immediate need, sharing technical purchasing requirements rather than strategies or plans. This exemplifies which of the following types of business relationships? Option A, partnership. Option B, buy on the market. Option C, ongoing relationship. Option D, collaboration slash strategic alliance. Now this is an easy one. Since organization buys the material whenever there is a need, which means that there are ample suppliers and supply risk is not high. Secondly, organization does not invest in any kind of strategic relationship. Therefore, it is quite evident that the material which organization is procuring is a commodity. If you have watched my previous lectures, then you can easily identify that option B is the correct answer for this question. Question 4. Which of the following statements about outsourcing customer relationship management CRM is true? Option A, CRM should not be outsourced. Option B, CRM vendors may provide seamless customer service. Option C, separation of CRM vendors should be strictly enforced to protect the outsourcing business's autonomy. Option D, the only good reason for outsourcing CRM is cost saving. Let's evaluate all the options. Option A, CRM should not be outsourced. Well, this is not true. There are many organizations who outsource CRM since they would like to focus on their core competency. Call centers is common example of outsourcing CRM. So this is not the right answer. Option B, CRM vendors may provide seamless customer service. This is true. Consider an example of a call center. It is their core competency. If you will outsource call center services to third party whose core competency is making inbound or outbound calls, then they will do the job better than you. They have the expertise and necessary equipment and human resources to do this job for you. Same goes for freight forwarders as well. They have expertise to do their job. That is why you request them to handle your shipments. So this is the correct answer. Let's see what we have in option C and D. Option C says separation of CRM vendors should be strictly enforced to protect the outsourcing businesses autonomy, blah, blah, blah. This is an irrelevant and illogical statement. Let's see what we have in option D. The only good reason for outsourcing CRM is cost saving. Cost saving is not an objective of CRM. CRM adds value in your product. Therefore, this is not the right choice too. Question 5. An organization wants to reduce physical inventory via the use of information technology, keep inventory in transit instead of remaining in warehouses. What should the organization do when handling inventory in this manner? Option A, use slow moving transportation methods. Option B, package the inventory more securely due to the increased time in transit. Option C, closely track the inventory with GPS. Option D, keeping inventory in transit has too many trade-offs to be viable strategy. Option A, Use slow moving transportation methods. You cannot control the movement unless you have some technology installed with the transportation vehicles, whether you have your own fleet or the outsourced one. Therefore, this is not the right choice. Option B, package the inventory more securely due to the increased time in transit. This is an irrelevant statement. Packaging has nothing to do with the movement of vehicle. Option C, closely track the inventory with GPS. If you will look at the question carefully, you will realize that they have specifically mentioned that they want to use information technology and keep the inventory in transit. Therefore, closely tracking inventory with GPS will help you control the movement of inventory. When you know the exact location of inventory, you can easily track the movement and accordingly set the pace. Therefore, this is the correct answer. Let's just have a look at option D as well. Keeping inventory in transit has too many trade-offs to be a viable strategy. This statement is contrary to question, since question has clearly stated that they want to keep the inventory in transit. Therefore, this is not the right answer. Question 6. Benefits of fourth party logistics provider 4PL arrangement include which of the following? Option A, more workforce and resource flexibility. Option B, more current logistics technology. Option C, greater technological flexibility. Option D, reduced cost and or high quality logistics operations. Now, before I begin, I would like to tell you that the benefits of outsourcing functions to a 3PL or 4PL providers are improved business focus, access to the latest technology, reduced cost and enhanced cash flow, improved efficiency, velocity, flexibility, and operations. Now, let's evaluate the given options in context of these benefits. Option A says more workforce and resource flexibility. True, but this is just one of the benefits of 4PL arrangement. Therefore, this is not the correct answer. Option B says more current logistics technology. Again, this is not true, but this is just one of the benefits of 4PL arrangement. Therefore, this is not the right answer too. Option C, greater technological flexibility. My same statement goes for this option as well. Greater technology flexibility is one of the benefits of 4PL arrangement. Therefore, this is not the appropriate answer too. Option D says reduce costs and or higher quality logistics operation. Higher quality logistics operations covers all the aspects of 4PL logistics. Therefore, this is the most appropriate answer for this question. Viewers, if you find value in this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and pressing the bell icon. Thank you. Let's move on to the next question. Question 7. Which is a best practice for expediting transportation? Option A, track the percentage of orders expedited and the marginal costs of expediting. Option B, expediting is profitable so long as you always pass on its cost to the customer. Option C, customers should never be charged for expediting of transportation that is already en route. Option D, track the total transportation costs only. Let's evaluate option A. Track the percentage of orders expedited and the marginal costs of expediting. If you are from a supply chain or a procurement background, you must be aware of the fact that expediting has a cost. You cannot ask your vendors or transporters to start expediting the delivery without reviewing the status. Why expediting has a cost? Let me elaborate. You must be aware that air freight is the most expensive mode of transportation. If you will ask your vendor to expedite, then he might ask you to bear the air freight charges. Therefore, you cannot ask your vendor or suppliers blindly to expedite the orders without gauging if you really need to do so or not. Option A, track the percentage of orders expedited and the marginal cost of expediting is the most appropriate answer, since it suggests you to first check the status of expedited orders and check status of your delivery commitments too, and then take action accordingly. So option A is the correct answer. Let's have a word on option B, C and D as well. B says expediting is profitable so as long as you always pass on its cost to the customer. This approach may cost you your customers. Therefore, this is not the right choice. Option C, customers should never be charged for expediting of transportation that is already en route. This is not true. You cannot charge your customers for expediting. You can charge your customer for expediting a shipment if they are requesting you to furnish the goods before committed delivery date. Therefore, this is not the correct answer. Option D, track the total transportation cost only. Tracking the total transportation cost will not give you any results. Therefore, this is not the correct answer too. Option A is the most appropriate answer for this question. Question 8. What supply chain function do customers usually take for granted? Option A, information technology. Option B, product design. Option C, logistics. Option D, packaging. Let's evaluate option A, information technology. IT is not a supply chain function, by the way. However, it supports supply chain operations. Customers has nothing to do with information technology manufacturer is using. Therefore, this is not the correct answer. Option B, product design. Again, product design is not a supply chain function. It is related to product development. Therefore, this is not the correct answer too. Option C says logistics. If you look at all the options carefully, you will realize that logistics is the only supply chain function which is mentioned among all the given choices. So this is the correct answer. Let's just have a look at option D as well, packaging. I think there is no point discussing option D since I have already told you that logistics is the only supply chain functions which is mentioned among all the given options. So option C, logistics, is the correct answer for question number 8. Question 9. What fulfillment channel would be most appropriate for a manufacturer of inexpensive watches that does not allow for customers customization and that wants to retain control of the inventory until delivery to the retailer or customer? Option A, manufacturer storage with dropship. Option B, manufacturer to distributor center to retailer. Option C, manufacturer storage with direct delivery. Option D, independent distributor with omni-channel network. After reading this question, many of you might believe that either option A, which says manufacturer storage with drop shipping, or option C, which says manufacturer storage with direct delivery, is the correct answer. But unfortunately, both are incorrect. Keyword in this question is fulfillment channel, which means that we have to select an answer which has at least one echelon or fulfillment channel in between manufacturer and retailer or a customer. Therefore, option B, which says manufacturer to distributor center to retailer, is the correct answer. Now, option D, independent distributor with omni-channel network, is not possible since in an omni-channel network, independent distributor is the channel master, buying goods from multiple manufacturers or other distributors in bulk and aggregating them for a one-stop shop for retailers, local distributors, wholesalers, or direct customers. Inventory control is lost in this particular arrangement. Therefore, this is not the feasible option 2. Question clearly states that manufacturer wants to retain control of the inventory. Therefore, considering all the given options, option B is the correct answer for this question. Question 10. In the majority of situations, the benefit cost impact of a logistic failure is option A, a function of the profits lost by the customer over X number of days. Option B, indirectly related to changes in customer satisfaction levels. Option C, directly related to the importance of the service to the customer. Option D, directly related to the amount of effort expended by the business to replace a customer. Now, before we start, first let me define what is cost-benefit analysis. A cost-benefit analysis is the process used to measure the benefit of a decision minus the costs associated with taking that action. Let me connect this question with an example of seasonal clothing. If manufacturer will not receive the raw material from its supplier on time, then he will not be able to produce the clothing for the season, or he will have impact on his sales due to late introduction of his product in the market. There are many renowned clothing brands which penalize their manufacturers for not producing and furnishing and shipping the material on time. Sometimes manufacturer has to use air freight to ship the goods in order to sustain their relationship in case there is a delay in production. Therefore, option C, which says the benefit cost impact of a logistic failure is directly related to the importance of the service to the customer, is the correct answer for this question. All other given options are made up phrases, therefore there is no point discussing them. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you have any questions, please comment down below and I'll try to answer as soon as I can. And don't forget to click the like button. Thank you.